Hi. As an old MRA, there's so many things that I've thought about over the years. Especially my moments of brilliance early on in my activist life. I have these sayings in my head and thoughts, that go way back. And it's funny, I don't really bring them up much more because to me it's old hat. But I have to remember that there's many newcomers to the movement, and some of my old ideas or sayings might come in handy. They don't go out of style. Equality and good ideas do not go out of style. So, I think I'm going to elucidate some of those thoughts I've had about in the movement, and quotations I've liked, and bullshit I haven't liked. But first, I just want to mention a couple of silly things I've seen recently. It seems like many women, not all women, but some women, have such a knee-jerk reaction to anything that goes on, definitely feminist, that anytime there's a pushback for some reason, it's because they're women, or in this case, mothers. Okay, so what was the latest? Stop censoring motherhood. There's some kind of campaign. This woman, I think for some reason she was just wearing her underwear. I guess she was trying to show her different body shapes over the course of having a baby or something like that. And I think, I don't know, it was Facebook, maybe, might be, removed some of their photos and for some reason. So all of a sudden now it stops censoring motherhood. Who said it? Who's anyone censoring motherhood? Are you kidding me? Motherhood? It's the biggest card-sending day in the year, Mother's Day. Who's censoring motherhood? Then they started talking about showing breastfeeding videos or photos, and I think they're even allowed. So it's really on a case-by-case basis, as it has to be. I mean, you can't start banning all shots of someone without fully clothed, but then again, you can't allow everything either, I wouldn't think. Yeah, I mean, someone obviously complained about it, so, right away, knee-jerk reaction. Or this other silly thing, the body is not an apology. It appears this so-called activist woman, a big buxom woman, that, I don't know, she's got a problem with her own body because, hey, no one's got a problem with your body, woman. Don't know where you got that idea from, but if you're very insecure about your body, that's really all your problems, people. Don't start a movement. She's trying to start a movement where we're going to have lectures on the body is not an apology. Come on, man. Women, it's basically you doing this to yourselves. I mean, I've said this before. Basically, men accept you for who you are. We love you as you are. We love ourselves as we are. Basically, we have more pressing problems, generally, men. But, stop with the whining, some of yous. Okay. Well, here's some just words of wisdom, pearls of wisdom that I've come to think about over the years. Well, when women have choice, men have none. So this concerns, of course, the so-called dilemma that women have. The choice, which is a good thing, to either stay at home and take care of the kids, or maybe go back to work. Okay? Maybe they could afford child care, or maybe the husband is willing to stay at home. But when one person has choice, that really leaves the other partner the leftovers of that choice. That's pretty profound, okay? When women have this choice, the man has no choice. He has to take the leftovers from what the woman did not choose. So if she chooses to, I think I want to go back to work, and maybe we'll hire someone to watch the kids. Well, maybe, hubby, you could stay home. All right. Does he have the choice to stay home? No, because she has that first choice. She may choose to stay home with the children, so he's out of that luck on that. That's not fair. Okay, traditions. They still dog us. Okay, the engagement ring. still around. I don't know what traditions there still are around that benefit men. Pretty much they're looked upon as sexist. I couldn't even tell you if there were any benefits entitled to men traditionally. But anyway, that engagement ring pretty much is still a requirement for most men if they want to get married. That's sexist. That's outmoded. And also the bending down on one knee, asking for her to marry you. What's with that bending down stuff? Do the women do any bending down anymore to men? I don't know if they ever really did, but well, at the wedding ceremony they do sit in a chair and do something with a garter. But okay, this other I guess old wives' tale, the fragile male ego. I hate this. These old things sound like old, but it's still timeless stuff. It's still around. The fragile male ego. Well, maybe because men basically are subjected to rejection almost all the time. The woman's the chooser, the decider. The man has to put his face out there. The man has to do the asking, take the risk. So, the male ego has been battered around a lot, okay? Why did she reject me? She didn't tell me. I don't know. Is it me? That's nice to sit back and just... I get a lot of this stuff, these ideas from Malphite. I used to be with him, the National Center for Men. But, yeah, it must be nice to sit back and decide, man, you didn't really approach me too well, so, you're shut down, or, yeah. You didn't spend enough on me on the first date. Shoot him down. He's creepy. Or it's funny. That the other thing is, if he's a good-looking guy and he makes a pass or he asks for a date, man, he's a catch, man. I'm happy now. But if the guy, if she doesn't like the guy, for some reason, he's creepy. He'd ask me out. Can you believe that? What a creep. You see? Damned if you do, damned if you don't. How about this? This is something I came up with. Passive women will end up with aggressive men. All women. I had to add that. Well, think about it. The passive woman in her dating life is not going to approach the one that she likes. She'll maybe hope that he does approach her. Maybe she might flirt around a little bit, but she really will not approach him. But guess who will approach her? The aggressive guy. The guy looking around. The aggressive guy, he could be a good guy or he could not be a good guy. But guess what? He's picking her. And my advice to all people is don't let people pick you. Pick the people you prefer. Exactly. Come on now. All right, this rape culture shit. This is pretty much new stuff, but there never has been a rape culture. There never has been. It's always been a serious crime. No one's ever condoned it. Feminists, you're really out of your mind with this one. Where on earth has rape ever been condoned? There's no joking about rape. At the International Conference on Men's Issues, there was no joking about rape. Are you kidding me? It's a very serious issue for men also. There's not a rape culture. Rape, as a matter of fact, is down just as most violent crimes are, and it's a relatively rare happening anyway. Also, violence against women is supposedly accepted. Huh? The VAWA Act, I guess we needed to have a Violence Against Women Act because it was so prevalent. Are you out of your mind? That is such a stigma, to be a wife beater or a child molester. I know of no society that's ever condoned violence against women. Rape, I believe, has been punished by capital punishment for many years. Lynchings. Anytime a woman was raped, a lot of times the man was lynched, stoned, put to death, jailed. So I don't know what world some of you feminists are living in. Related to that is the rule of thumb. Let me say it right now. This is one of those old wives' tales. Somehow the feminists, this still goes around. This doctor that's on the radio, Dr. Joyce Brothers, I had to call her one day and tell her, I don't even know if I don't know if I called her or if I emailed her about it, but she was talking about the rule of thumb, saying that the feminists say that this was once a, you used to be able to beat your wife with a stick, the thickness no wider than your thumb. And of course there's no truth to that at all. Absolutely not. Zero truth. It never has been that way. There's no link to that at all. But this is an old wives' tale spread by feminists, and even today you'll hear it. Paternity fraud. It's rampant. I believe that there should be routine DNA testing of all newborn babies, just to see who the parents are. That's the truth. The truth should be known right from the get-go. Let's not play games. Let's not fool people into fatherhood that aren't. And that's just bullshit. That happens constantly. Even in marriage situations, you test that baby routinely. I mean, bullshit's got to be known. If a woman is cheating on her husband, the family's got to know, man. Come on, this is bullshit. Make a man parent a kid that's not even his through infidelities of the wife. Okay, and then later on, divorce happens. It's common. All of a sudden, you're not my daddy. All of a sudden, trauma. I thought you were my daddy. I thought you were my daughter. Are you crazy because of a bullshit lie? And this is the 21st century. Let's use science, okay, to help let freedom ring using science. Let the truth be out. Okay, the Vagina Monologues, how ridiculous that is. That's been around for so long. In it, there's like sort of like a sexual molestation of a 14-year-old girl by a lesbian, and I think that part's been taken out in the modern versions, but that was in there, and that's part of the play. Again, insecure women, man, doing this. Why do you need a play about the vagina? You do act like it's such a dirty or negative organ. That's you. That's where you're getting it from. I think that the human female body has been praised and adored through the centuries. The female body, all parts of it, adored, adorned. I think the female body has been idolized in most cultures. I don't know where these people, Eve Ensler, who wrote the Vagina Monologues, I don't know where they get their self-worth, but I think they've got issues. So I'm totally against this Vagina Monologues. I've gone to them, I've asked questions of them, I've protested them. They don't want to see me there. The click moment. This is some old bullshit from feminists. I have this on my Shelby Knox video. Well, this is my comment about the click moment. Supposedly it's when a feminist or a woman all of a sudden realizes through some anecdote or something that happens, gee, this happens to all women all over, and it always has. All of a sudden, constant victimhood from time immemorial to never everlasting victimhood for women. That's bullshit. There's no click moments. Look, if you realize something at one moment, it may be true that for that moment, it may be true forever. But just because something clicks in your mind, I've said this before. There's been a lot of crazy people who things have clicked in their mind, and they weren't pleasant, true, or good. All right, they're evil. Crazy people get it in their mind they want to kill someone. Okay, that's a click moment for them. Okay. Also, I've been wanting to do a video on this, but I guess I don't really have to. I'll just do it right here. Like who the fuck is out there working the menial jobs? Okay? Yeah. I'll always get like an excuse. Oh, I know a I have a female mechanic. Yeah, okay. I haven't seen one yet. All right? But there may be a few female mechanics, but I tell you what, there's fucking not. A female gas pump attendant. Okay? Haven't ever seen one. I'm 50, going on 58. Construction laborers. I don't see women up there. No, none. Zilch. Okay? Of course, you know the roadway construction crew. They generally are holding the signs. That's not just an urban myth. That generally is what the woman is doing on those construction crews. What else do we have? Fighting fires. Well, almost all men. Come on now, garbage men. I never saw a fucking female sanitation worker. Now, yeah, of course, feminists, they see those top few men that are the CEOs of big companies, but look down at the bottom. Who's doing all the dirty work? Feminists, who's picking up your trash? Guaranteed it's a man. Okay? How's that grab your self-esteem? How's that shake your point of view? That men oppress. Huh? Is that well, how about when you do some hiring to do some landscaping on your house or cut some trees down? Okay? Whoever that is. Maybe a migrant worker. Okay? Here on Long Island, there's a lot of Mexican workers, or Dominicans, Hispanic workers. All men that do this work. It's hot, hard work, dangerous. Are those men oppressing you, ladies? Fuck that. Get out of your fucking mind. Okay? That's funny. That brings up the end of men. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck saying the end of men. Okay? Pretty soon, long before the garbage builds up to a rate that would even bother you, your electric would be off. Your cable TV would be off, probably. Your computers would be off. Your heat would be off. I mean, I think pretty much the world would pretty much shut down if there were no men. As some of you think that we're not needed. That's funny. Everything that you use is basically designed and built by men. Okay? Malphite always said this on his when he would go on television. He was pissed off that while he was in college and his fellow classmates, well, his friends, male friends, were getting drafted into the Vietnam War, and his female friends were protesting that they were oppressed. And his point was pretty obvious. He's very good with common sense and being blunt, but these women benefited from the sexism, so-called sexism, that they were undergoing. They benefited by not being drafted. And that, I guess, was a benevolent sexism. But no, it's preferential treatment, of course. We send away the people that we value least. Okay? Reproductive rights. Okay, this is BS, man. The war on women. Just let's get this straight, feminists. Who has reproductive rights currently? Okay? Meaning that if there is a pregnancy, is anyone going to force a woman to have that baby against her will? No. But if you're the man, the father of that pregnancy, you have no rights at all, only responsibilities. So the war on women is really the war on women's special privilege in the reproductive field, because she has choice to get an abortion and be free of any responsibilities. She, in many cases, can give it up for adoption, okay? And unplanned pregnancy, that would probably happen because in some cases fathers need to be, they need the father's permission. And usually when there's no incentive to have a child, such as child support or welfare, most sane people would say when an unplanned pregnancy occurs, would say, let's give it up for adoption. We're not ready to have a child, we're not married, I barely know you, or let's have an abortion, okay? We're not ready to have this child, maybe you don't want to go through with the labor. But men don't have a choice to be free of responsibility. And in the real world, where men and women had equal reproductive choice, a man would be able to sign away his rights and responsibilities just like a woman can do. Okay, this way that if this woman wants to have the child on her own, go ahead and do it, but don't come to the father for any support. Of course not. He's choosing not to be a father. He wants no part of it. If you want to have this child, obviously it's your body. I can't make you have an abortion. But by the same token, you can't make me use my body for 21 years, working hard to support that baby. Because that's an infraction on my body. Yeah, I've been fighting for men's reproductive rights for all this time. Okay, so reproductive rights, it's an issue for both genders, and men don't have any. How about dating, okay? I've always said, look, go on a date, whoever asks should pay for it. I always recommend a little, just coffee, because men are making these big mistakes going out with almost strangers and buying them dinner. Then you get resentful. You shouldn't be doing that. I mean, actually, it should be split. I try to split everything on dates. This is a good way to weed out the gold diggers, actually, but that's the way it should be. It's sort of like my thing was like, what are you paying for? If you need to pay for a date for a woman, that's saying that your company is worth less than hers. Her company is worth more than yours because she's a woman. That could be like a prostitute then. It's like a prostitute. All right, back to the rule of thumb thing. That was made up by feminists to demonize men. Also, there was also a time when it's probably still around in so-called facts. 100,000 women die of anorexia each year. Not even close. It's like 100. Okay, maybe 100,000 suffer from it, possibly, but they don't die of it. There's barely 100 die annually of this anorexia. Oh yeah, pregnant. This other feminist propaganda that the leading cause of death for pregnant women is domestic violence. Totally bullshit. A lie. Or most young black women are they die because of domestic violence, number one cause. And that's bullshit too, of course. How about fashion freedom? My friend Malphite, great men's rights activist, he used to wear skirts sometimes, or a lot of times on television, to protest the fashion freedom that women have. I totally agree, man. I was actually going to wear a skirt that I docked it up with the FTSU logo on it. But to me, I don't really have a need to wear a skirt. But I do like the in-your-face attitude that wearing one does. And I did wear a skirt in support of Mel one time when he went on TV wearing his skirt. And it's just that to shake up the common narrative that women have fashion choice and men should just fucking wear their uniform. Fuck that shit. That's what I say. You may see me in a skirt on this show one day. Domestic violence, we know that. For many years we've known that it's basically a reciprocal thing, 50-50, men and women basically. The incidence is about the same, but women do probably, or do get a little bit more, slight more serious injury, but I believe the death rate though is about equal. Men and women killing each other. Women generally do hire people to do it. Fight the narrative that only men are violent. Oh, how about this craziness? You people gotta know this shit, feminists. This is what you have brought. A young boy, 15-year-old, gets raped by his teacher, statutory rape, or even younger. I'm not sure of these ages. I've heard as young as 12, a boy statutorily raped by his teacher, or an adult woman, raped, is made to pay child support to the fucking rapists for the child that she fucking made him have. This has happened way more than once. Oh my God. This is what you have wrought, feminists, okay? This is the bullshit you have wrought, and we are fighting that. In the family court, men, you know this, the harder you worked for your family, the more you will get punished in family court. Because if you made a lot of money, you will have to pay that much more in child support, but in and of itself, not so bad. Hopefully, in the future, we will have shared parenting. But what's happening now is that if a man is working, the primary breadwinner, working full-time or more than full-time, he will not get custody because of his working. He is punished for working hard. And the harder he worked, the less time he spent at home with his children, the more leverage the custodial parent or mother has to the judge, saying, I was with the child much more time than him. He was out working, sacrificing his health and his happiness for us, but now I think he should pay for that, and he should pay the maximum child support and see his children the least amount, because we want to punish him for what he did, sacrificing. See, that's bullshit, man. That's exactly what happens. Men are punished for working hard and loving their family and sacrificing for their family. What a slap in the face. You know what, and of course, you know what happens. You lose your kids and your home. That's why when men get divorced, they are 10 times, over and above the 5 times, the suicide rate of women. 10 more times. So what is that? Make it 50 times the rate of a woman killing herself? A man facing divorce. Fucking losing everything, man. Put it out into the street. Sometimes having days to leave, especially if there's allegations of abuse. His home may be prison. Nice, right? So, yes, I mentioned suicide. Oh, way back when. They still have it. Female-only gyms, and ladies' night at bars. There's a certain night that ladies get drinks free. That's illegal, but it still goes on. And how about female-only gyms? In public. These are not privately owned. I mean, there's been problems, lawsuits against, the Masters, the golf club there, down in Georgia. But that's private. They were allowed to not allow women, I guess. I mean, I don't know if that's a great idea, but you're allowed to in a private instance, but these are public workout gyms that say no men allowed. Some of them have been sued, and CFM did a lot of stuff out in California, man, and some stuff with Malphite. But put it this way, I look at it this way. Let's say, just like the ladies' night with the free drinks, it's still a business, so it would be the equivalent of you going to the supermarket and there's milk, and it says milk half price for whites only. Or milk free Thursdays for whites only. That's exactly what's happening with the ladies' night. Okay? Just switch things around a little bit. Same thing. Okay? That's bullshit. I think you can actually sue and get damages. Some of us have done that. So I highly recommend any lawyers out there or enterprising citizens, go sue these people. Make money. Do good. Make money. The pay gap. That's funny. What about the life gap? I want to compare those two. The pay gap is definitely not anything that's caused by discrimination. We get the pay gap because supposedly it is caused by discrimination against women, but that's absolutely not true. It's because of life choices. Men earn more because they make certain choices, because they have to, basically their job is to provide for families, provide for women and families. So that's why they seek out higher paying jobs, more dangerous jobs that earn more. So that's that. There is no pay gap. As far as, but this life gap, women live on average 5 years at least more than men. Why don't we talk about the life gap? Well, basically because there's really no men's groups out there yet, and basically we don't really care about men's lives as much as women's lives. So, but I do want to bring that out. What about the life gap? And let's work on that. Let's men, take care of yourselves, man. All right? Then we could solve problems. How about this? I was on a TV show years back about some women. They were complaining they weren't getting their child support. One woman was owed a lot, over $100,000 in child support. And Mel was on the stage, and he had made a point that, come on, $100,000, that's not really child support. That's really, mask alimony. I think really child support should just be a certain amount that children need, not really a percentage of some of the salary, But anyway, my point was this. I was in the audience. I said, look, you've got your children, but you're still crying. And I said, look, what is the most precious thing you could get from your marriage? And she caught right on. She said, my children. Of course, I said, you got the children, okay? Now you want over and above the children. I would say that those men, those fathers, were the losers here, okay? And now you're still seeking more from these gentlemen. That's just bullshit. It's just female entitlement. Female entitlement. I did say later on also, you want all that money. How about this? How about you give the children to the husband and you pay child support? Okay? You think that he's got it so good? Would you like to switch? Oh, no, of course not. The draft, of course, that's just an indication that we don't value male lives. I've said this many a time. This is an old canard of mine that I just have. Look, we all have one vote. In this day and age, we all have one vote. We all have one life. Okay? My vote is just worth one vote equal to a woman's vote. Her vote is equal to mine. But my life is worth less than hers in the government's view, because I can go be drafted and killed. No question, no fucking question need be asked by you, men. But women are absolved of this. Why? Because it appears to me we value their lives more. And that's bullshit. That's bigoted. We've got to change that. attitude. This also goes with the choice matter. I attribute this, of course, to Warren Farrell. Women's choice is work full-time after they have a child, work part-time, or maybe not work at all. But now the father's choice is work full-time, or work full-time. That's pretty much the choices that men have. And they call him a misogynist. That's funny. He's the most mild-mannered, wonderful, brilliant thinker out there and author. But anyway, so these are my words, pearls of wisdom. Take them with you on your travels, and if you have any pearls of wisdom, please give them to me in the comments section. Thank you. Bye.